Do you want to up-level your Pinterest marketing strategy for 2020? I'm going to be sharing about this new Pinterest SEO tip that you need to be using to grow your business so that you can get discovered in search on Pinterest. Hi, I'm Vanessa Kynes. I'm a Pinterest marketing strategist for creative small businesses. I help creative businesses craft traffic-generating Pinterest marketing strategies, and today's video is one that you cannot afford to miss. One of the big changes that Pinterest is going to be making in 2020 is introducing pin titles to your pins. In the past, Pinterest has pulled a pin title from the rich pin title on your website. This is going to change now, and unfortunately, it's going to be one small extra step if you're using Tailwind, a Pinterest scheduler I love to use in my business. But I want to be sharing how you can use those pin titles on Pinterest to your advantage to get discovered in search. In this video, I'm going to be showing a tutorial of my screen on how to add pin titles in both Tailwind and Pinterest, and how you can maximize your search ranking on the Pinterest algorithm so that you can get more clicks back to your website. So I'm going to be showing you where you can add these pin titles on Pinterest and also on Tailwind. I do want to highlight that you can see that as you come through, this is what I mean when I talk about pin titles. And so this is a great place for you to really attract your ideal client, because you get an opportunity to basically put a call to action or a CTA into your pins. And so it just gives more context. You can vary these pin titles with different keywords, different from maybe what's listed on the pin, to give more context. So let me find a good example of this with my own pins. I've only been using this recently, but this is a good example. So the pin title on the graphic, or the pin graphic, says how to get more traffic with pin titles. Great. It's actually a video pin, which is kind of cool. But as you see down here, Pinterest SEO tips for entrepreneurs, different keywords. And even if you look at the pin description, it's different as well. Search engine optimization instead of using SEO. So even these two keywords are different. I'm going to attract people who are using this term versus this term. So as you can see, it's a great way to vary your content. Let me show you where you would add in pin titles. So this is the area that you would add in. So you would drag in a pin graphic, and right here, you need to add a pin title. So if you have rich pins enabled on your website, it will automatically pull from rich pins. But this is a great place to vary what you already have on your website. So again, going back to that previous post, if you're writing about pin titles, but maybe I wanted to attract people who are thinking about Pinterest SEO, who have no idea about optimizing pin titles, I can introduce them to this concept and my blog post from a more, I would say, broad keyword search like Pinterest SEO. So this is where you can change the title out. It can be up to 30 characters that will show. But anyway, this is a place that you can vary. If you're uploading multiple pins to the same blog post and you add the same URL, you can vary up these pin titles as well. So if you are going to add pins onto Pinterest and you want to vary the title, this is where you would do it here. How you would do it on Tailwind is a little bit different, but still really simple. So we're on the blog post about Pinterest SEO pin titles. And what I'm going to do is click on the Tailwind Chrome, and then click on Go Schedule. You'll see right here, this is where you're going to enter in the pin titles. So but this one pulled straight from my post. So this pulled from my post as a rich pin. And there's a link to that in this post about how to activate rich pins. But I can actually change this up. So if I want it to be Pinterest SEO tips for female entrepreneurs, I can switch that up here. I can change it to whatever I want. This is what Tailwind recommends. They recommend simple, compelling headlines, up to 100 characters. The first 30 are sane, right? Focus on the title and the content of the pin. Don't simply repeat what's already in your description. And the reason why we would do that is we're just varying and increasing our overall search results by having different keywords. Avoid clickbait, like don't literally use the word click, and try using, as they mentioned, keywords your audience would be searching for. So again, someone may know nothing. They might be brand new to utilizing Pinterest and know nothing about pin titles, but they might be searching how to use Pinterest or Pinterest SEO. So this is where you have the ability to change up pin titles. If I had multiple pins for this, in fact, I might actually, let me go ahead and click on that. these are 2 pins that are embedded in the post, and I were to schedule these, I could change up. So this one could have Pinterest SEO tips for female entrepreneurs, and leave that one as this. As you can see, I have 2 pin titles going to the exact same blog post with different Pinterest descriptions. I would copy and paste that Pinterest description there, and I'm going to optimize my search function. So hopefully that makes sense to you. It is going to change in 2020, where we have to have pin titles. So I want you to be ahead of the curve here. And then also, even within Tailwind, it is required now if you're scheduling from Tailwind Tribes. And remember, Tailwind is the Pinterest scheduler I use every single day in my business. It does force you to add a title, but most of the times they're pulling through. If you're pinning someone else's content that doesn't have a title, you either can't pin it until you add a title, but if you want to, you can go ahead and create a simple title that fits their content as well. But be kind to someone else's content, and maybe even just pull the first line that maybe they're using to describe their content. So this is how you use pin titles, and I hope this is extremely helpful for you as you think about using Pinterest in the future.
So I hope that video was helpful, and I hope you have a good strategy for Pinterest in 2020 on how to use pin titles to get discovered in search. If you're looking for more Pinterest marketing strategies, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and like this video, and get on my email list where you can get my free Pinterest startup guide. I'm going to be sharing 9 tests to help you get started on Pinterest, to help you move from confused and stuck to a Pinterest pinning powerhouse in 2020.